Hey there everyone, welcome back to GameVine, and my name is Dave, and today we are going to review Red Outpost. Let's do it. Alright, so as a disclaimer, this is a review copy from either Lifestyle Board Games or Imperial Publishing, but thank you so much for your support, either one. This is quite the unique theme. I've never really thought about before, but man, does it have my mind racing once I do. It's basically a futuristic timeline, right? Take a look at that. Does that look futuristic to you? Well, that's because these people have set sail in the skies for new planets, and they crash landed on one, and they basically just have each other as a community, and now they want to have the right to have everyone be treated equal and to have a society where we all work for each other. And it's an experiment, and you get to play it out in this game. It's kind of a worker placement. It's very unique. Again, it's going to be something that I'm going to have to explain to you while I'm showing you how to play. But again, the theme is fantastic. The art, the box is just wonderful. The production is stellar. It sounds like I like this game, so I need to get to the rest of the video before I give away my opinion. So let me show you the production of this game, tell you how to play, and then I'll tell you what I give this game, grade-wise. Alright, let's go. Alright, so this is what comes in the box of Red Outpost, and the production is very interesting. They use so many different elements. You got wood, you got little interesting plastics, great cardboard, great cards with linen finish. The only bad thing is fun size cards. You know how I feel about fun size cards, but if you're going to do it, make them look pretty and make them linen finish. You'll get a pass at least for that. And the wooden pieces are very nice, and all the paint on them are going to stay and stand the test of time. Really nice colors. I love this blue. The only one that I would say I'm not a huge fan of is this navy blue, but it's still fair. I dig it. But the interesting thing here, let me just put this up close. They lasered out this star perfectly. I don't know how you would do that. What machine? I mean, that's just fascinating to me. That intrigues me. I like it. These sheeps remind me of Animal Upon Animal, which is very tiny. They look like mints almost. And I don't know if you can see these black pieces, but they're just there as well. What else did I... Oh yeah, this here. Let me kind of put these up close here. What does this remind me of? Almost, yeah, like Jolly Ranchers. Kind of reminds me of like a Jolly Rancher. And then you have these little bits here, which are in so many different games. The board is very nice. The art you're going to see in this game is just a delight. So I'm going to go ahead and show you more about this game as I show you how to play and use this little rocket ship. Let's go. Okay, this is just the first place marker. Okay, so this game is set up for 2 players. You have a certain amount of disc. Now what you're trying to do is help the community out the best to gain the most happiness points over 2 days. And if you do that, well, you're the winner. Now, how you're doing that is helping the community out by raising some of the cattle, farming, joining them at the tavern, fishing, giving donations to the greater good, and all the while you're helping all these workers accomplish all that, and you want to make sure their happiness goes up, but sometimes it's not going to always go that way. Now, on your turn, everyone will be moving the same worker groups here. Now, some people might get to move more workers than others, and there are certain places that you cannot go to. So this day track up here basically shows you where you're at in the round. Once this goes around 2 times, that's the end of the game, and that's when you evaluate your points. And as you can see, these little tokens here, some places can only be visited during night, and you will flip that over once it is night, and the same can be said for some of the places that can only be visited during the day. Now, I got these 2 mixed up. Now, you can actually move these tokens, and they can be varied in different games. Now, one thing to note is when you move somebody, one of the workers, you will place a disc on here. Now, whoever has the majority of the disc at the end of the round will get those happiness points if they're up. Now, if they're negative, well, they'll also get those negative points. So that could be bad, but most of the time it's good for you. And when you're moving these workers, each one of these buildings has a unique power to it. Now, each player will have a special card if you choose to do it, but I say do it every time. That gives them a special ability when they use a certain worker and when they go to a certain building. Basically, it's just giving you benefits. I'm not going to go over all the powers again. I only go over the basics on these rule breakdowns. I really do suggest you go through the rule book yourself. I am giving you the gist of the game. Now, once all the workers have been moved, that's when you would tick this down, and then you would tick down their happiness and sadness based on where they are at. Now, different workers do better at different places. So the farm up here, where he's gathering hay, well, if you don't have anybody but the farmer here, well, they are going to get a sadness point. But if the farmer goes up here, you'll be able to produce one hay. Now this goes in the middle. Now this goes for everybody. But if you sell some of these products based on where they are in the row here, you'll get more points. And you'll tick yourself up on the board up top. Or you can go fishing over here and they have different cards and you'll be able to flip different cards over. Sometimes you'll get a miss and sometimes you'll get some fish. Now it's cool that this is the upgraded version because these actually do look like little fishies. Fisher, of course, is going to be able to draw multiple cards, but everyone can go fishing if they want. Or you can go to the ship that crashed and try to loot it and get some goods and supplies that way. You can go to the tavern and really get your happiness up this way, or you can go over to this place here and get happiness that way as well, or some crystals. When you get crystals, it's basically used as a wild, or if you keep it at the end of the game, it'll get you some victory points. And when you actually produce a good fish or hay or anything, you will tick yourself up on this little track, and once you circle it, you will get 2 victory points plus a crystal. So that's one way you can get them as well. And that's basically it. You're doing it for 2 days. The other place I didn't mention is up here. You can donate to this communal good up here, and then you'll get 4 extra points at the end of the game if you want. But the main goal is to try to keep the community happy and be the person that does it the best. And there are a few minute rules I didn't go over, like when you leave people here, they will get some happiness. If you leave them there, and different other places will do said things as well. And there is a militaristic place where you can just put anybody and make them really sad because there are some guards watching over them, but you'll be able to produce pretty much anything there. But that is the gist of the game. You just want to get as much happiness as you can over 2 days on this foreign world that you crashed on. It's such a beautiful board though, wouldn't you say? I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but it does have different like textures, sheens, matte colors. It's really nice. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit so you can kind of see that. It's a little bit. Alright, I just want you to appreciate that before I say, now let me tell you my thoughts on this game and give it a grade. Alright, so that is how you play Red Outpost. Basically, I didn't mention things like lunchtime and you can send one person there. There are a few things, again, refer to the rulebook for that. But this game gets a grade of 82 and the GameVine Play It Award. Absolutely. And like I said, the theme is drenched and just so much of it there, and it translates and projects so well, at least for me. I can really, like I said, my mind started racing when I thought about something like this. It's so unique, and the gameplay even is elegantly different and charming in a way that everyone is controlling the board, but it's a competitive game, and it's just so wonderful. There's not really many ways to screw each other over, but there is a few ways that you can impede each other, especially when you go to sell things. You kind of want to get that those points while you can. And there are different strategies, so the replayability, it's here. It really is, especially when you have different cards, and if it's like a 2-player game, I was able to play many 2-player games and play with different heroes and different building combinations. I was not able to actually play the solo game. That's a first for me, actually. There is a solo variant. There are components that go along with it that I'm not going to go into. But my partner liked this game so much, she wanted us to bust this out quite often, so I always had somebody to play this with. Again, it's just so striking, right? Look at that. And the board is just wonderful. The production, there are a few things that I do think this has an issue with. And it's not really an issue that I have a problem with, but I do think people will not like the way that your community is moving itself. Kind of like a Mario Party where everybody's in the car and moving it themselves on Mario Party 9. Many people didn't like that. I didn't like that, actually. But this has its own on work as a team, but move independently. it's so hard to really put into words the feeling that I get when I play this game. Now, it's not like this revolutionary, oh my gosh, big blockbuster game, but this is going to stick on my brain and stay in a special place in my heart because of the way that when I first played this game, my smile just kept getting bigger and bigger because I was imagining this world, this new fascinating gameplay, and I like helping each other. I'm always a group person, so this really appeals to me. So that might not be everybody's cup of tea, and it is a worker placement. I was surprised because I didn't know going into this what it would be. So if it's people not into like kind of worker placements, that might be a no-no for them, but take all that into consideration, go into the game knowing all that about this. Now, if you're still here, you know if you want this game or not, and I am highly recommending this to light gamers, to new gamers, to advanced gamers, anyone who wants a new, different experience with just fantastic art and production. So thank you again, Lifestyle Board Games or Imperial Publishing, whoever sent this to me. I really do appreciate you sending us review copies, because this review was so much fun to do. And thank you so much, Fine Nation, for stopping on by. You could be anywhere, but you're here watching Red Outpost review with me, and that really does touch my heart. Until the next time that I see you, have a great rest of your day, and a great time to all of you play. Like and subscribe. My name is Dave, and I'm out. Bye. Vine Nation, we love making content here for you on the channel, and we're almost at 10,000 subscribers, so subscribe now and help us out. This video right here, I think you'll like. This video right here, YouTube thinks you'll like. Or you can just sit here and watch me dance the dinosaur for a little bit longer. You can visit us at our social media outlets, and we're going to be improving our Patreon here soon. That's all for today. Miko, it's time to go. Good girl, Miko.